And here he is, Masterpiece Shockwave, one of my favorite Decepticons of all time, and if you've noticed, I've made the background quite dark for this review, because between the G1 years all the way to the IDW current comics and graphic novels, I've always seen the mad scientist Shockwave as a dark, cold, calculating, unpredictable, yet a highly intelligent Decepticon to match. And man oh man was I excited in getting this guy. And he does come with his infamous hose attachment. And the cool thing about the MP version of his infamous hose is it's quite versatile and very stable too. I gotta say I was quite impressed with how they made this version of the hose. Really stable, really cool. So let's get his main squeeze, so to speak, attached. One end goes right in here, right in that one arm, and the other one right up in the corner there. Now in gun form, he looks good. I just have one qualm, and it's this hollow looking back end. They really could have added a piece to slide down and cover that area, but they chose not to. Otherwise in gun form, he looks real good. I mean, he's not perfect in gun mode, but he is quite nice. There's some detail to him, but not too much either. Just enough to give him that Shockwave feel. Now right on the side here, you can control his lights right in there when using the trigger. There's single shot mode, like so. Real nice. And when pressing down, there's also auto mode, where it shoots lights simultaneously a few times before automatically stopping, which is a good thing, because one thing I'd hate is running down the battery. I really like the feel of him in gun mode. To me, he feels quite user-friendly. Looking good. Oh, and I almost forgot. The actual trigger, the most important part. And there it is, right there. There's the trigger you're going to want to use to shoot him. Or to make him shoot. Now he does come with this purple looking box, which does two things. It can hold up the gun, which is great if you want to display him in gun mode. Just flip the see-through plastic part and align the one tab underneath like so. And the other purpose of it is it attaches as a backpack cover when in bot mode, which I'll show you later on in the review. I normally would not display Shockwave in gun mode, but if I did, I definitely would utilize the holder and or the backpack, because it does make him look a lot better than without it. You can even make him shoot simultaneously in gun mode, and he does look fantastic when you do that. I do like him a little bit better in bot mode, but all in all, the gun mode isn't too bad. Oh, and one more thing, make sure to unscrew, zoom in a little, this part right here in order to get to the batteries, once in gun mode. It's very important or you're going to get no laser lights. Alright, so on to transformation. First you want to take the scope and flip it down, like so, then down again, and tab down. Then underneath this back area, right underneath, pull this little section down. right in there. Then detach this backside area like so and flip outwards. I find transforming him to be easy when it comes to the number of steps, yet a bit of a pain at the same time due to some of the engineering factors. I mean, nothing major, just some minor areas, one of which I'll get into in a bit. Separate that one out. Then, separate what will be the legs, the main part of the legs. Like that. Then separate this midsection. It almost looks like I'm breaking into a lobster doing this. Then flip the feet all the way back. Do the one foot and do the next foot. Now this next part kind of annoys me a little bit because although it's easy to do, this is one of the little engineering issues I had, sometimes it won't stay tabbed in. You basically take these inner leg pieces and you flip them outwards and then tab them in. Basically in order to create more or less of Shockwave's shin. Right in there. That little area there is going to connect in there. There's a little tab there as you can see it. It'll go right in that little spot. Oh, whoops, my apologies guys, kind of left you guys there for a second. Then tab together the first back end that we separated with the partial legs, like so, in order to complete each leg, as I showed you a little bit earlier. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do it a few times, it gets better. So tab that in there, that tab into that slot for that leg, right in there. And finally, we have his legs. And basically, what we want to do next is turn them around like so. Like that. Oh boy, and here we go. Like I mentioned earlier, the shin area really isn't too friendly, at least not for me. Hopefully you guys have better luck, but if you do get into that problem that I mentioned here in the shin area, now you know what I mean. I mean, it's not that bad, it's just a little bit of a pain in the butt. Next, let's take the front of the gun and detach the sides, then lock them in place. So basically that side, then that side, swivel it like so, lock in, swivel the next one, like so, lock in. Then we're going to detach the arms, right in there. Then we'll take the frontal gun area and flip it down, where now it becomes Shockwave's, or at least part of his backpack area. Remember to tab in, those two little slots will slot with those two, like so. support them in. Before I forget, let's straighten his arms. Now let's take the trigger and push up and in, then pull down the cover. There's the trigger that we put in. Now the cover goes down. Now let's take the head and push back a bit, then pull up. The head can tend to slip backwards or back inwards, so watch out for that. They really could have found ways to prevent that, but hey, it is what it is. Aside from that, the head and the shin issues are the only real technical difficulties that you might find to be a little bit of a hassle. Otherwise, I find the various points of articulation are pretty good. Otherwise, there he is, Masterpiece Shockwave, looking very much like Shockwave himself. Really looks awesome. I'm so happy I've got this guy. One last thing though, I have to add the backpack cover, which really makes Shockwave look complete. It's the same piece that helps display Shockwave in gun mode. Now it does take some practice to get the backpack cover on. I haven't done it too many times, as I've only transformed him twice actually, but once it gets on, it looks fantastic on him. The clear part slides in between like so, and the purple part stays outside. And why are you being a pain in the butt, backpack box, now of all times? Believe it or not, I don't transform the Transformers that often before I do these reviews. I mean, I haven't done many of these Transformer reviews, but I think because I've been transforming them so many times over the years, I get a quick grasp at it only after a couple times actually. There, got it on. Looking great. He does look absolutely awesome. There's that head. Just gotta watch that head. It tends to bobble down quite a bit. Straighten that out. See, that pain in the arse shin keeps taunting me. One sec, guys. The only way to describe this shin area and the problem that it portrays, I'm gonna have to get him off camera for a second and fix this, is if you had him in hand. If you tend to transform your Transformers a lot, you're gonna definitely get into that problem. Luckily I don't transform mine too often. Anyways, otherwise, he also comes with another hand in case you want to replace his laser shooting hand with another hand. Not sure why you'd want to do that, but you could. He also comes with a saluting hand, which represents Shockwave saluting in the G1 series. So it's pretty cool that he came with that. He also comes with a cool transparent purple hand. And even a transparent saluting hand, which I thought was a really cool bonus. They really didn't have to add that, but they did, so that's really, really cool. And even cooler, a purple transparent laser attachment to replace his stock solid version. And believe it or not, he also comes with a small gun version of himself, which is really, 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 I know I've used the word cool a lot, but this is actually really cool. And for a tiny version, the detail in this little gun is quite nice for a little tiny gun. And of course you can use another bot to hold him in gun mode, or you can use himself, shooting himself in gun mode. Not sure why he'd want to do that, but he is a mad scientist after all. So let's try to get one of the purple transparent hands on him. not that hard to do that. It's actually quite easy. And let's also at least see what he looks like in the transparent laser blaster. All you do is take one off and snap the other one in. And he does look awesome. I prefer the transparent purple blaster, but the hand I prefer in the original stock mode. There's the button to turn on his laser. And oh yeah, don't forget to put in I believe there are two LR44 batteries to get his laser arm to work. Ah, totally awesome. He really does look fantastic. Like I said, cosmetically he's awesome. There are some minor flaws with transformation. I'm not sure if it's the transformation or the fact that they don't stay where they're supposed to stay properly. They tend to detach. I think that's mainly what it is. And let's get the clear saluting hand. You can't really get that hand to salute all the way to his forehead, but as close as possible. Like I said, cosmetically, no complaints there. For now, just for the review's purposes, or for the sake of the review, let's put his stock hand and stock laser back. Really, really cool. And of course, he does come with Takara style instructions. There they are. And he comes with a piece of paper with a code that I have no idea what it's for. Just being honest. He also comes with a classic and newer style Decepticon symbols, so you can use whichever one. I didn't put any on yet. I'm not sure if I'll put them on. I might, but for now I haven't. And a cool looking Destron Laserwave / Shockwave card. And on the back, it lists his tech specs. Like I said earlier, I said it before and I'll say it again, aside from the minor engineering flaws, he does look awesome. I have no qualms there, at least. And as for comparison, I won't compare him with MP Seeker since that's already been done on other channels, but I did want to compare him with Combiners, Leader Class Starscream, and Megatron, but I just realized there's one problem. They're still in their boxes. I got them a while ago, but never took them out of the box. I've gotten quite a bit of collectibles these last few months, and I actually thought they were out of the box, so my bad on that little goof up. But there he is beside the boxes at least. That probably doesn't do any justice to the scale there. But have no fear, I do have a backup plan. I do have Leader Class Megatron. Leader Class Armada Megatron, which is practically the same size as regular Leader Class Megatron. Let me just grab them. Scale-wise, they look pretty good actually. So whether you're using Armada Leader Class or regular Leader Class, that's what basically the scale besides Shockwave will look like. And I also do have Leader Class Thundercracker out of the box, and he's going to be the same size as Leader Class Starscream. So I kind of saved my own review. Looking really nice, at least scale-wise. Let's also try, let's try Masterpiece Soundwave with Masterpiece Shockwave. And they do look super awesome together, I must say. They really, really do look awesome together. And just for no reason, let's perch Laserbeak on Shockwave's backpack. Yeah, those guys do look phenomenal together. And just because, just for no reason again, I guess this is a just for no reason comparison review, let's get iGear Seekers and see what they look like beside the genius mad scientist Shockwave. They look quite small compared to Shockwave. They should be a little bit bigger, so I do prefer the leader class Seekers over the iGear. At least you get a comparison of the two types. And since I'm on a roll with just because comparisons, let us get Transformers Prime Shockwave. Let's get rid of these guys first. Let's get them off the shelf. My reviews are very flyby. As you can see, I don't have them ready. I just get them off the shelf, unlock the glass cabinet, and there he is. Can't see his face. So there you have it. Masterpiece Shockwave. A little bit of engineering issues, not too major. Cosmetically, he looks perfect in my opinion. Is he worth picking up? Most definitely. Especially if you're a G1 fan and a major fan of Shockwave. He's one of my top 3 villains, so I had to get him. And that's that. If you like this review, please subscribe, and until next time, this has been Marcus G-Force. Keep it real, even if real is bringing out your toys, is bringing out some fun.